I've cheated twice in my life. Once on a boyfriend, once on a husband. I never planned to cheat. I never started talking to these two misters out of an intent to stray. I'm monogamous by nature, and when my needs are met, I can barely look at other men. Hi, I'm Maria, and I'm 30 years old. The first wrong choice I made was marrying my ex-husband, Anthony. Looking back, I set myself up for failure, but it seemed like the right choice at the right time. I loved him for his potential. I thought marriage would change him, that our wedding vows would turn him suddenly more affectionate, passionate, and communicative. He'd be more complimentary. He'd desire and want me as I thought all husbands should want their wives. But we would have been better as friends. We could make each other laugh, but too much time together always left me wanting and us fighting. I felt excluded from his interior world, as well as undesired and unattractive. He'd turned down my advances, rarely complimented me, and often didn't want me to touch him, even if it was just to cuddle on the couch. I voiced my needs many times throughout our years together. He told me things like, "There's no point in complimenting you because enough is never enough." To be fair, he was right. I was wanting him to be an entirely different person. I didn't marry him for him as him. I married him for him as I hoped he would become. For years, I got my emotional needs through close relationships with other women. I met often with them for coffee, dinners, chatted with them on the phone whenever I had a spare minute. When Anthony came home from work, I gave him the space he snapped at me that he needed and convinced myself that our relationship was normal. At least we make each other laugh, I told myself, even though we, less and less frequently over the years, had those special moments together. I was never able to get my touch needs met, though. Touch is a well-documented human need. It can lower blood pressure and stress levels, as well as boost moods and immune systems. Shortly after our 6th year of marriage, I discovered that Anthony had secretly been on drugs for our entire relationship. To prevent me from knowing about his addiction, he had built a wall between us. The wall between us didn't come down just after I discovered his drug addiction and he supposedly got honest. He lied to me about secret purchases he made on a credit card in just his name. In the end, it wasn't the skin hunger that led me to have an emotional affair on Anthony. It was my desire for a level of intimacy and vulnerability that we were never able to have in our marriage. And I later discovered he had embezzled from his employer. Then, after a few months, I met someone, and I put a wall between Anthony and myself while opening a window between me and this new person, Simon. Simon and I shared intimacies and secrets I felt incapable of sharing within my marriage, and my marriage crumbled just 8 days after our emotional affair started. I regret that I married someone based on their potential instead of their reality, because no one deserves that. We all deserve to be loved exactly as we are. If I could do it all again, I would have been more truthful with myself from the beginning. It's the greatest lesson I learned, and exactly why I chose Simon as my second husband, not the man I had an emotional affair with, because I love him as him. What's your story? True Tales wants to hear it. If you also have any such moment, you can share it in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked my story. Subscribe to this channel to watch more such videos and press the bell icon for more updates.